All right, guys, here we are to do the trailer review for the movie Suspiria. This is the remake, and I can't remember the original.
What is it called? Suspiria?
I believe so.
I've never seen the original, but we got a couple trailers here. Chloe Grace Moretz,
I don't know who that is.
fantasy. That's it, girl.
Oh yeah.
And it is a fantasy horror, which might make it awesome or bad.
Let's check it out. I'll let you start because I'm sure you like this one more than me.
Definitely. No. Well, so what are you gonna say? The usual thing of like, I don't know what's happening, or what is the problem here?
I don't like the so many directions, the odd like artsiness
It's
of
artsy,
the film.
definitely.
I'm not a big fan of anything in that type of a ballpark. I like things to be.
So I don't like the dancing part. Like I'm not really into that whole thing. And
Reminds me of Black Swan in some ways.
I loved Black Swan.
I did not care for Black Swan.
Yeah, but it's not because of dancing or something like that. I think that the dance world is a good one for a lot of weird tension and like jealousy and resentment and weird, like there's opportunities to do weird acting stuff around dancing. Actually dancing though, I don't need to see any of that. That's not what I'm interested in at all. Tilda Swinton, I didn't realize was in this. She's awesome. No, this is I am interested in this, obviously. I know you are not, so I'm waiting for you to.
I don't have a lot of things to say about it.
Okay,
It's the things I don't like these kinds of movies. I don't have much like there wasn't much about this one specifically I didn't like. It's the whole
it feels like it's
just
on
the
a
weird pretentiousness of this kind of movie is what I don't like.
So like what I usually would even like agree with you with though is that sometimes they just show you like a few things and they go, oh, I'm so mysterious or whatever. But this was like a longer trailer and like it shows you a lot of stuff. It seems like the quality's like on like a different level than some of like a lot of the other.
I would agree.
Movies
It's definitely
that
a film, and there's not a weird trick to the look of it. It looks like a normal movie. It's just that if you took this trailer and cut out all the things that were just like dancing or shots that don't really pertain to anything, this trailer would be half as long. And then the parts that are just the weird like tensiony build shots, they don't really make me want to watch it. Or like there was like 2 or 3 shots that I was like, what is this going to be? Like when she knocks on the mirror and the door opens, I was like, okay, what is that? And there's a couple of shots that are like a demon or something. I think my biggest issue with these things is I don't like a movie where you could say everything in the trailer is a dream or
I was
something.
Gonna say,
I hate that.
You've mentioned that before where some of this stuff, because some of the stuff seems so grounded here that I could see some of the other stuff being like metaphorical dream sequences. While you dance, you imagine demons or something, right? Yeah.
That stuff just pushes buttons with me.
Right, that's not a deal breaker for me. So I'm not as I don't necessarily respond negatively to it. I don't like a movie that or like a trailer that sells itself as like it's a ghost story, and then you're like, oh, there was a guy in the house, and then you're like, wait, guys can't do all the things that the ghost was like that.
Oh, the rest of it was a dream. Then.
Yeah, well, that does, that definitely actually bothers me, like in the end or something. But I can't tell that until I've seen.
I don't think this movie is trying to sell you a weird bill of goods. I just think that the things that it is selling me are things I would not be buying.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I like this idea of like possession and making deals with like demonic forces to get the things you want or whatever. Like this has interesting. I'm not sure how much of it's going to be weird, culty, sacrificey stuff. I'm seeing some elements of that. The hidden door you're talking about or whatever. So I don't know. I would have to see it to know if it successfully navigates this like territory and does something interesting or not. But I don't. Unlike a lot of the other ones, I don't think if it's bad, it'll be like cheap and like dumb. I think it'll be boring, right?
That's my thought on this is that I don't think it doesn't fail for me for the same reason a lot of times they do, where I'm just like, what the hell? I'll just watch it, like, it's just fucking lights flickering and stupid
like
bullshit.
Super artsy.
This I just think I think it will be a lot of build up, a lot of just like slow thing for something that I would hope for a payoff, but I feel like it's just gonna be this really slow burn the whole time, and I'd walk out going, that was an hour and 40 minutes. What the fuck?
Yeah, my only hope is that we get into some of this. 'Cause I really like the insanity thing. There were parts of Black Swan where like something happens and like you see like leftovers of something that must have happened, but the main character doesn't think that happened or whatever. I'm being very spoiler free. It's very vague. But I'm hoping we can get something like that here, where some of this weird shit happens, but then it's like, wait, that did that happen or not? And then later something happens, and like Tilda Swinton seems to know that it happened, but like no one else. Like weird things like that, I like. So
it's weird to say it's the tease of this style movie that I don't like because that's what you would want.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to spoil anything. You'd want someone to come into something, to
Yeah.
to experience something. But there's something about that. I think it's because more often than not, when I've actually stuck it out and watched these movies, it's
Yeah.
the tease where I am led to believe I'm going to be seeing like this kind of movie or that kind of movie or this and that.
yeah,
but then it ends up being something that like dances around and isn't really any of those things.
It doesn't actually
And
sink into the-
I've been
No,
burned
no.
too many times by
yeah.
what I call that, like, this kind of genre, that you have to have something in the trailer that I'm like even if it's just like, oh, what is that? Like a or like a monster or a thing or a vision or a scene or a location that I really need to know. Without something like that,
Something
and
where
this
you
really
go,
didn't have that. I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested to know what that knocking glass door thing is. But if that's all you have to really hook me in, did you effectively hook me in? I don't think so.
You want something that you look at it and you go, well, I don't even care about the rest of the stuff. I did, and, you know, that's in it, and that's enough that I want to go do the thing.
Or even a star on board that I was like, oh, I really respect that guy. That guy only makes good choices. And this one's more of supporting stars as a lead now,
Yeah,
which
you've got a few
isn't a
people
bad thing. These
in
are
different
good
roles,
supporting actors, but none of them that I'd be like, oh, I need to see what they're doing now.
Well, and none of them has a track record that's flawless and like, oh,
Yes.
if they vouch for it, it must be great, right?
Exactly.
It's a very mixed bag and stuff. No, like, it's a gamble. I will totally admit that, but it's a gamble that I will always take. I'm willing to watch 100 bad movies in the hopes of the 1 out of 99 that's like, wow, that was really interesting and different and good. I don't think that this, like, a trailer like this, though, is meant to just, like, communicate the tone of it or whatever, just so I know, like, what genre or what spice or what thing I'm in for or something like that. And, like, I like the tone that they're going for, so I'm willing to gamble on the rest. And I'm thumbsing it up and saying this looks cool.
To me, the tone's a little too ambiguous, so I'm gonna give it a
I understand.
thumbs down.
Brutally thumbs it down.
But yeah, if you watch it, I'll ask you what it's about, but I will never watch it myself.
We'll do a story time about this movie.
All right, guys, that's our thoughts on this. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.